So who are you?
My name is Janiece Rodriguez, pronouns she, hers.
And what do you do?
I am a full time store regional manager at Earthbound, and I'm the program coordinator in TransConnect, program coordinator at Queer Keys.
You're more than just a program coordinator.
Correct, yes. I help run the GEM meetings. It's a gender expansive meetup group that meets once a month at the center, and it's for 18 plus trans people, non binary, two spirited folks. And I also help people attain gender affirming care on the island.
But you also have another title,
What's my title?
co-founder.
I'm the co founder.
Yeah. You've been here since the beginning.
I'm also the co founder with Chris McNulty, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And so we started Queer Keys when?
2021.
Yes.
Yes.
August 2021
Yes.
with a youth group.
Yeah.
3 kids came to our first group.
Right. We met every Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The space was donated.
Right.
And then slowly but surely we kept adding new things, meeting new people, and now we are currently, where are we right now?
Yeah.
For
This is
everyone.
it. We're in our center. QueerKeys.org. Check us out.
Yeah. So now we have a brick and mortar LGBT community center here in Key West, Florida.
Correct.
And we serve the entire Florida Keys.
We do.
Because we're the only 501c3 nonprofit organization in the Florida Keys with an LGBT specific mission.
Correct. Essentially, the work started because we both moved down around the same time, and I was looking for gender affirming care on the island, and it didn't exist. It wasn't here, and it was difficult to get. And I think you were working at the center in Cleveland.
The LGBT Community Center of Greater Cleveland.
Nice.
As the community engagement coordinator, which meant I did everything because at a community center, everything is community engagement.
It's full circle, all of it.
We discovered that we both were very passionate about queer justice work.
Correct.
And bringing that to the island in a way that is human focused and not just, looking good on a piece of paper. So now, we have an LGBT community center. It's 1100 Truman Avenue, right at mile marker 1 in good old Key West, Florida. And we're currently sitting in our LGBT library, and we have a story to tell.
We do. Very good one too.
Where does this story start?
So that's. I think we can start with.
Janiece was born
back in 1989,
Yeah.
when I was a wee little girl. I think making people aware that as a trans person.
Wait, you're trans? Trans rights.
Trans rights. I think people understand all the barriers that exist and have existed and continue to exist that stops people from attaining gender affirming care. And gender affirming care can look like anything to anyone, and it's all different for everyone.
If you're a big muscle man and you go to the gym every day, that is gender affirming care.
Correct.
If you are a woman going to get your lips plumped, that is gender affirming care.
You want to dye your hair blonde, gender affirming care.
Gender affirming care. Whatever makes you feel more like yourself, gender affirming care. So let's just get that straight.
That's perfectly said. And for some reason, we have a spotlight on the trans community that it's stopping us from achieving this gender affirming care. That it makes us feel secure, makes us feel happy, makes us feel affirmed for us to live our lives. And I'm a true testament to that, because once I was able to finally attain gender affirming care through taking hormones and being on my medications, my life flourished. With not worrying about that, I was able to build a career, build this community center. I was able now to help people, but the barriers still exist. And so I was in the middle of basically taking the next steps with my transitioning for surgeries. And I worked hard at it. I worked hard at the store I was at. They finally changed the insurance where gender affirming care was covered under their insurance.
And you did that.
I sure hope I helped with it. I did.
You advocated for that and it happened.
I did advocate for
Those
it.
are the facts.
I made it known because I love my job, and they promote inclusivity. They want us to promote that and to train upon that. And so I just wanted them to align their values to what they're making us teach and to talk about, and they did. And so that is a blessing on its own. And so
And shows the power of advocating for yourself and your community in workplaces and in spaces where you might not even think you have any power.
right. I think I came from a place of just wanting to educate, because I don't think people in the company knew about it, and they didn't. And so with that, it took a couple years, took some time, but they eventually did change the health insurance for the entire company. And so with that, I got straight to work. I started working with insurance companies. I found a doctor, and I was on the road to finally get, these gender-affirming surgeries that, that would change my life, that would set me in a place where it wouldn't be so dark and it wouldn't be so hard with things anymore. And so I did the work. I did all the proper procedures. I did the work with insurance. I saved up the money that I needed for the down payments. I did everything.
Was that like 2 years of getting that set up, or is that even longer?
In my mind, it was longer, but
whole
yes,
life,
for
right?
but basically 2 years of just getting that all together. And at the time, I was seeing a general practitioner who I was under her care, who was a doctor down here. And I thought she was on our side. I thought, because she was prescribing me hormones.
There was some questions about how she was doing that, right? When we would bring people to her, she wouldn't start people on new medication, but she would continue people on old medication. And she knew that we were having a hard time finding people to prescribe down here, and yet she still maintained that boundary, which is fine, professional boundary. But we were also like, why?
Correct.
Why are you not helping the community that we're telling you needs help when you have the access to do so?
And it wasn't a conversation that we had, because during my visits, I made it clear to her that I'm coming here not just for myself, but I would like to send people to her, because at the time, there was maybe one more doctor who was at capacity with patients who was providing care, and we had a conversation, and I asked her from my heart, like, can I send people to you, because right now my community needs you and needs this, and she seemed okay with it, like it was okay, and that's where I stayed with her as long as I did as well, but yeah, from the start, the red flags were ignored. I mean, to begin with, I think when I finally got my chart from her to look at my own chart, we put under was transsexualism, which is like 3 diagnostics manuals ago.
Yeah, hey girl.
Like the proper term is gender dysphoria right now,
Yeah.
And so that was
like not every doctor needs to be an activist, but we're looking for activist doctors.
Yeah, no,
like we need someone who like understands the situation, will fight for the community, use their education and their degree and like their access to medical systems to help the community.
Right.
And she was not that. No,
she had the capacity to help people and to change lives, and she chose not to.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yep.
I was ready to for the surgery. In order to obtain surgery, you must get medical clearance from your general practitioner. You have to go through all the steps, make sure you're healthy, make sure your body is ready and prepped for that surgery. And so the first time I went to try, it was on me. My blood work was inconsistent. At the time, my white blood cells were a little elevated. We couldn't tell what was happening. And so just to be safe, I wasn't cleared. And I agreed with that. I didn't want to go into surgery with a possible infection or something going on in my body. I wanted to heal right. And so it was a hard hit, but it was one that was understandable.
Was that in November?
That was the November of November of last year.
Yeah. Gosh, that seems like so long ago. It feels like decades ago at this point.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, so that was in November.
Yeah.
And currently it is July of 2025. So we're talking about November of 2024 is when that happened. Okay.
And it's been dragging on.
Yeah.
And like for reference, getting the surgeries doesn't mean just getting up, going somewhere and getting surgery and you're done. I manage a store, I'm responsible for a store where I had to get an order, I had to make sure that my staff were in good hands, that they were prepared for this, that I was going to be taken essentially a month away from my day-to-day responsibilities. And so there was a lot of work that went into that too. And it wasn't just a simple, okay, bye, I'm going to go get some work done. And so we waited. My doctor, I'm lucky enough, he doesn't reside here in Florida. He flies down to do these surgeries.
He flies from California?
He has a practice in
all
LA.
All the way across the country.
Across
literally
the country.
One side to the other.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, bless his heart, because what he does is it's amazing, and he's good. It was rescheduled. It was a hard hit, but it had to happen. It was fine, and then I restarted the process again of waiting and just getting all my blood work in order, getting all my things in line again, and making sure my store was in order. Just redoing the whole process again. You know, I had to file for short-term disability because I was going to take a whole month from work.
And like people were getting ready to support too, like getting like food trains ready to go. So you would have, well, you were going to stay with your mom.
I was. My mom
But
wasn't taking
people in the community were like, okay, how do we? So like people were like ready for this. We were so excited for you.
It was amazing, the support that I did get. And I also want to be clear, is like I feel very privileged and lucky to be able to be doing this and having my insurance help me do this, because it doesn't happen for most people. Most insurance, if not all, don't cover any gender-affirming care, if hormones sometimes at that. So everything's out of pocket for people. They're working their butts off, getting it done, and you know, and so as we
Being discriminated at in workplaces and in housing. So not only are trans people having to pay these extra costs for care that should be provided, they're also getting hit on the side where they are having a hard time keeping employment, making money, like getting housing because of discriminatory practices in our system of living in society.
yeah, barriers upon barriers, just
Double whammy.
double whammies there.
Yeah.
I do recognize the luck and the privilege and the beauty in it that my situation was in, but it just shows that the obstacles, no matter how easy you might have it, they still exist and it's still there, you know.
So what happened in March?
So we were take two. We're getting ready. I was getting ready to go ahead. I had it rescheduled. I had it going on. I was working again with my general practitioner to get cleared, and this is when I should have paid attention to the red flags. My surgeon's office, they kept trying to get in contact with my general practitioner's office to get that medical clearance. And so they kept trying to get that clearance. I did the blood work. I kept trying to get the clearance. I wasn't hearing back from my office. I kept getting the roundabout of like, hey, yeah, we're checking it out. She's gonna call you back. We'll get back to you. In the meantime, like, the surgeon's office, they're like, yeah, we're just waiting on that clearance. Said everything should be fine. If you think it's good, everything's fine. Just, you know, we're waiting on that clearance. And I thought everything was good to go.
Surely your general practitioner doctor who cares about your well-being is getting in touch with your surgeon and making sure that everything is clear, because this is a very serious surgery.
She knew the importance of this. Me and her had
Surely
deep
that's what
conversations.
was happening.
Yes. I go ahead. I get a call from her. I get a call from her office. I'm at work. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. They tell me that I've been exposed to syphilis, that I need to, one, tell my partner or partners, and I need to go to the health department immediately and get treated, because if not, then this would not clear me for surgery. And so, okay.
And we're not stigmatizing STDs, folks.
No, definitely not. I like to take pride in the actions that I took next.
Yeah.
That same hour, I went ahead and called my partners that I've been sexually active with. I let them know the news. I'm like, hey, this may suck right now. I'm sorry, it's so early. I'm sorry, it's for early
Good
news.
morning.
Good morning.
I hope you had your coffee.
But I was just told that I've been exposed to syphilis, and that to just go to the health department and just get it treated. You know, it's a simple penicillin shot. Just get it done, you know, and this will be okay. I did all that, did everything. And I sent my partners to the health department. About an hour later, I get a call from a person from the health department, and she is telling me, why are you sending people over here? I'm like, well, my doctor just told me that I got exposed and that they need treatment and I need treatment. They're like, no, I'm looking at your chart from her, and it's showing me that you don't need treatment. That it's showing me that you have been exposed in the past. It shows that you have been treated, but in your history of blood work, it's not showing an active infection. And so for me, that was a relief. I'm like, oh, great. I don't have syphilis. My partners don't have syphilis. Yeah. Everything is great. I even went ahead and like, okay, well, do we need to get tested? I'm like, if you want to get tested, go ahead. And this is the person who's been doing this at the health department for 30 years. This is someone who's had the experience, and she sat down with me, she showed me my chart, and she told me, you don't have this. Both my partners that at the time I requested them to go, and me get turned around. They're like, you're fine, you don't need it. So I thought that was that. So I go ahead and continue with my process of my surgery date. My surgery date was still in order. I thought I was fine. I go ahead and take the time off. I start to make all the travel plans, all the things on my supplies, and I start to head to Miami where my surgery will be done, which is 3 hours away. And I get to my mom's house. My loving mother was going to take care of me for my aftercare. She's a little nurse. And so at this time, I'm still in contact with my surgeon's office, and they're still telling me that they're having issues with the clearance. And I just told them the whole process of what happened with the syphilis scare, that I should be fine, that the health department basically cleared me and told me I was okay. And they're like, okay, it's fine, we just have to wait for that clearance. And so at this time, my surgeon was getting ready to fly in because he made accommodations for my surgery, just for mine, to come back as we rescheduled when we canceled. So he took all this time just to do the surgery for me. And so I get to my mom's house. I get there 3 days before my surgery. I take the first 2 days to start making accommodations, to start getting my room prepped, to getting all my supplies prepped. I start meditating because I'm about to go into something very serious. So it was very anxiety ridden, you know. So I meditate on it. Me and my mom cry about it. You know, there's tears of joy, tears of anxiety, tears of, you know, of all kinds. And so the day before surgery, my doctor calls me, my general practitioner. And during this time, my surgeon's already on an airplane on the way down. And so she goes ahead and gives me the news. She's like, you are exposed to syphilis. I don't know why they turned you around. They should have given you something, but at the moment I cannot clear you for surgery. I let her know that I was already at my mom's house. I took the time off. I did all the prep work. My staff was ready to take care of the store for a whole month for me. I applied for a short-term disability. Just all these things just racing through my head, and I just remember my ears rinking and everything just going black. I'm like, and I couldn't hear what she was saying. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I'm here. I'm here. This is it. I'm here now. This is it. She's like, I cannot clear you. I'm like, for what? Why? She's like, you have syphilis and you have to go get treated. I'm like, no, I do not. The health department said I don't. Like, what is going on? And that was that. The biggest panic attack of my entire life. I remember just hitting myself, throwing things, throwing my phone. My mom's in the corner crying, not knowing what's going on. Just shaking. I was angry. I was done. Like, it wasn't fair. After moments of calming down, I had to snap back because, you know, I had to get back to work. Because if not, my vacation time would be ruined. I wouldn't be able to reschedule, get it done again. My short-term disability would be ruined. I just had to snap myself out of it and be like, okay, like, I looked at my mom, like, I have to go. Like, I have to go back to Key West. Like, I have to drive back and I have to go to work tomorrow, because if not, I won't be able to take my vacation time to use for my surgeries.
I remember that. You had to go to work the next day.
The next day, I had to go rent a car again, get in that car. My mom was like, don't leave. I'm like, I don't have a choice.
Ugh.
I don't have a choice.
So you have to come back the next day. You have to go straight back to work. You don't even have time to, like, grieve and process and try to figure out what's going on. It's like, okay, back to normal again.
Just back to normal, you know?
After you've been waiting for 2 years for that day, only to be denied the day before for something that wasn't even true.
The day before.
Yeah.
The audacity. And I like to make this known that not even 20 minutes later, I got a phone call from the billing department asking for their money for that phone call.
Ugh, for the phone call?
For the phone call.
From that doctor's office?
For that doctor's office.
Girl.
I'm like, this is story. Yeah. That's like, this is what it's about, isn't it? It's about money. It's not about anything else.
Oh God.
So yeah, so I get in that car and I do that 3-hour drive in the dark. I do nothing but cry and just blast some Marilyn Manson.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're back in Key West. I go straight into work. I put my good face on. Everything's still there. I'm trying to process the best I can while it's happening. The next day, I go ahead and I drive to the health department. I drive and I sit down and I'm like, I need to be seen right now. And they're like, sure. So we sit down, and she has my chart for me, and I'm blaming her. I'm like, this is your fault. Like, why didn't you do this? She's like, no, sweetie. Look right here. I have your chart. This is what I showed your doctor. This is what she has as well. It shows that you have, in 2018, been exposed. It shows that you were treated. From all the blood work that you've done from her, because I got tested many times in the 2 years with her, it shows that you've had syphilis, and it shows that you've been treated. You do not have an active infection. And this was 2 people telling me this from the health department. So at this point, I'm being told that I don't have an active infection, that I'm fine. But in order for me to get cleared, she was going to have me go under 6 sessions of injections of penicillin. The health department didn't even want to give it to me because I didn't need it. And so they were requiring her an order from her office to give me 6 shots of penicillin that I did not need.
When you could have had your surgery done.
When I could have had my surgery, I could have had, that day was surgery day, by the way. That was surgery day.
And like, yes, you know, medical practice is a practice. Like, you know, no one's perfect, but like, obviously the signs were there. And if this person had been doing their due diligence and actively caring for their patient appropriately, none of this would have happened.
No, I think I'm a firm believer that what I experienced was silent transphobia.
Yeah.
I think it was in her nature to not clear me for surgery because it did not align with whatever she believed.
Which also points to the difficulty in identifying discrimination when it comes to, you know, identity, sexuality, race, whatever. Because unless someone is saying, I am doing this because I don't like trans people, you just have to like look for the clues and look for the signs, and there's never like a smoking gun that's like, this was discrimination.
Right.
I mean, sometimes that's a rarity.
It is.
But that's why it's so hard to enforce discrimination laws. That's why it's so hard to like call people out about it.
Yep.
Because it's invisible and it's silent.
It's silent.
And it happens through normal avenues and processes. And you just have to sit there wondering, is it because this person is incompetent? Is it because this person doesn't like trans people? Is it because this person just doesn't like me as an individual? Like, why did this happen? Because this shouldn't have happened. I just think that's an interesting thing to point out.
No, you are correct. And at the moment, you know, I'm 36 this year. I've been medically transitioning since I was 19 years old. Mm-hmm. I've been dealing with doctors and medical places and professionals and facilities for all this time with that transitioning. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't even see it. Yeah. I couldn't even understand what was going on. And none of it made sense.
So you're experiencing grief, you're experiencing trauma, you're experiencing discrimination, and you're questioning whether all of it's true.
It's a gaslight of the century for me.
That is a lot for one person to handle and to go about their normal life. Being a manager of a store, being a leader of a community, being someone who has to maintain their own mental health and well-being. I mean, like, you are incredible, and I know that was a really, really hard time in your life, and I just want to give you as much praise and flowers as I possibly can, because that takes a very strong person to manage, and you shouldn't have to be strong to do that. You should just be able to live your life like a normal person who receives the care that anyone else can receive.
Right. But here we are. I'm in this limbo of just trying to figure out next steps. At this point, I grab my entire chart from my gender practitioner and I switch doctors. I know where I'm not welcomed and where it's not helping me, and so I go ahead and do the work and switch and get a new doctor. This doctor was an infectious disease doctor, and the minute he looked at my chart, he's like, nope, you're fine, you're clear today.
Jeezy crazy.
And this doctor also helps with gender-affirming care on the island with people, and so that matters. So
good information for the Queer Keys Community Center to know who to recommend and who to tell not to go to.
Correct. So then we get to Gaga. Lady Gaga, Mother Monster. So when the year started, 2025, I think it was the year of the resistance. It was the year of the fighting back for LGBT rights, of being heard, of not standing down. And I think Lady Gaga does an amazing job of that. I think she's one of our I think she's part of our community, but she's an ally for sure that I know of that. She rocks it out for us. My treat for the year for doing all my surgeries, doing the work done, finally getting anything to celebrate, I was going to treat myself to some really good ticket seats to Lady Gaga. She was coming to Miami. I think I heard that she wasn't going to be doing a world tour at the moment, but I think she got a lot of feedback from people because of all the current fight for LGBT rights and trans rights was in the fire. And so she decided to do a tour and was coming to Miami. I bought the tickets, and I bought them at the beginning of the year. And then all this was happening, all the delays, all the rescheduling. And so now I'm coming back from Miami from being, my surgery being canceled a second time. I start the process again with my new doctor to be cleared. I'm in the mindset that I can go ahead and get it done the next month. As I'm trying to get situated with my new doctor, start the process, let him know what's been going on, I get word that that my surgery did get rescheduled, but for August 31st, the same week that I had the tickets for Lady Gaga. And that was another ball drop.
Talk about a priority wait.
Whew,
I mean, obviously, there's one that has to wait. But, I mean, I could see you just being like, well, which one am I going to do?
It was, I just felt like, what's another one for this year? Another, I feel like I was taking hit after hit. And so, obviously, my gender-affirming care and surgeries is more important, so I've been fighting for this. I'm hoping Gaga can come back again to Miami or Key West. Gaga, you're welcome
Gaga,
here.
special concert in Key West, baby.
And so I took a minute to process that news, and I was trying to figure out, what to do with these tickets. I'm like, I have these 2 tickets. I got really good seats. It took me 2 hours to find these seats because I was like doing my research, looking at seats, looking at pictures. It's like the stage is right there. You could probably get Gaga to sweat on you. It's good. I was running through my mind of, okay, what should I do with these tickets? I can resell them, get my money back. I could give it to a friend, or I can give back and also have someone else feel the joy that I was going to feel what this concert meant for me. I felt this concert was going to be something healing and beautiful and a connective moment, to be in a room of like-minded people who understand, what's happening right now with this LGBT resistance, I say. We talked about creating a raffle for the tickets, and that raffle then can go towards and benefit the TransConnect program that we have here at Queer Keys that helps transgender and non-binary folks attain gender-affirming care.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Check out the links to the raffle, and we hope you win.
If you watch the Lady Gaga, we want people to see you.
Yeah, and when you go see Gaga, come on down to Key West and check out the Queer Keys Community Center. We'd love to welcome you in and show you around.